and welcome back to my channel. I'm Veronica Swanstrom, positive psychology and mindfulness coach. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm here with a new episode in the series about the superpowers that are your character strengths. As you might know, this is a series that is aimed at offering a bird's eye view on the concept of character strengths. If you feel you need coaching, I will be happy to meet you online to see if and how I can be of help, and you can find me at any of the two email addresses in the description box down below. If you're new here and new to the concept of character strengths, please check the general overview video that I linked in the description box. Today we will talk about bravery. As you know by now, if you have been following my channel lately, every character strength falls into a virtue category, and bravery falls under the virtue category of courage. Courage describes strengths that help us exercise our will in face of adversity. The other strengths in courage are honesty, perseverance, and zest. And about zest, we have talked already. It's actually the first character strength that we have approached in this series, and you will find it linked in the description box. According to viacharacter.org, bravery is the ability to face our challenges, threats, or difficulties. It involves valuing a goal or conviction and acting upon it, whether it's popular or not. A central element involves facing rather than avoiding fears. There are three types of bravery, and you may possess one type or all of them, or a combination. Moral bravery is speaking up for what is right, even if it's an unfavorable opinion to a group. Physical bravery we find in firefighters, police officers, soldiers. Yes, it's pretty obvious. And psychological bravery, which is when we are facing painful aspects of ourselves. And here is the case of Sir Ernest Shackleton, who became an icon of bravery after his voyage on the Endurance across the Antarctic continent. Our imagination has been captured by the story of Sir Ernest Shackleton. A British polar explorer, Shackleton was on Scott's first unsuccessful voyage to reach the South Pole and made a return voyage that came within 97 miles of its goal. This famous voyage earned him international acclaim and a British knighthood. Shackleton's most well-known adventure, however, and the one that made him an icon of bravery, is the voyage of the Endurance, which set out in 1915 to take a crew of explorers across the entire Antarctic continent. This audacious plan was doomed almost from its beginning, when the Endurance was caught in the ice pack in the Weddell Sea. Shackleton and crew were forced to abandon their ship and live on the ice pack, where they survived for more than a year, traveling across 850 arduous miles. Though they had only the provisions they could carry from their sinking ship, not one crew member was lost during the long ordeal. Shackleton's bravery and leadership are credited with the accomplishment of such an impossible survival story. Shackleton's most prominent characteristic was his purposefulness. After a grueling boat journey that ultimately brought Shackleton to a populated island from which rescue could be attempted, his only thought was the immediate return to the Antarctic to retrieve the rest of the crew. Before they separated for the final boat journey, Shackleton's utmost rule was unity for the party. He would not allow the party to be divided, understanding that the display of valor among the group's members was what sustained their ability to keep going. When Shackleton finally supervised the rescue of the last of the men from their shelter on Elephant Island, he showed more emotion than he ever had before, calling out, "They are all there, every one of them. They are all saved." Here are some questions any of us can ask ourselves about these strengths of ours if we feel we want to enhance it somehow. How do I express my bravery? Taking physical risks, supporting unpopular positions, or being emotionally vulnerable? What motivates me to act bravely? Like I said, these questions are better answered in writing, like journaling. It might seem a bit difficult at first, it's worth the effort. As we know, every character strength can be underused overused, and optimally used. And let's see how our bravery can be underused. We underuse our bravery when we act cowardly and are unwilling to act. And we overuse it when we are risk-taking, foolish, and overconfident. And here is an interview with Lacey, a young homemaker of 22 years old, who offers her story on the overuse of bravery. From the power of your character strengths, Appreciate and Ignite Your Positive Personality by Ryan Nimick and Robert McGrath. So, when I was a kid, I was bullied a lot. And as I got older, I decided I was going to make sure people didn't take advantage of me or other people. I really had to learn to control myself. I used to just jump into situations where I thought someone was doing something wrong, or blurt out something that made the person feel defensive. I've had to learn to recognize that sometimes I'm the one who's wrong. And even if I'm right, I should be sensitive to the person I'm confronting. I also have to work with these people or attend classes with them, and they deserve my respect. It's a problem because sometimes I do just rush in and say, what you're doing is wrong. But I know I need to be tactful sometimes and not make people feel attacked. My reasons don't always keep pace with my urge to act. The optimal way to use our bravery is when we take action based on our conviction of what is right, and we face our fears and oppositions that arise along the way. And here are some examples of golden mean actions. Golden mean actions are actually ways to implement, to practice this character strength of ours in an optimal way. And in the long run, basically transform it into a superpower. And this, we can apply this in multiple situations. We can apply it in relationships, we can apply it at work, in our community, or turned inward. In relationships, we can use our bravery to express a compliment for the other person. And while we do this, we can focus on their experience. Most probably our compliment generated a positive emotion in them, and not on our own nervousness. At work, we can report an injustice, an unethical practice, or an abuse of power through the appropriate channels. Turned inward, we can tend to something that we are afraid of that most people are not. We can use our bravery and use our best coping skills, including our core character strengths, to make some progress in managing or overcoming that issue. This is it for today. I hope it was of real use to you. Thank you for watching, and if you like my content, please like, subscribe, and share it with your tribe. I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye.